Hey guys, how you doing today? I want to talk to you a little bit today about Carmax. As you can tell by the thumbnail, not very happy with them. I've been thinking about selling the car. So everyone tells you, get a baseline, go to Carmax, kind of go from there. I understand the idea that dealers are not going to give you an ideal amount of money for your car, but I would expect a fair amount. Right? I mean, if nothing else, a fair offer. I mean, obviously we all have access to the internet, to Kelley Blue Book, to NADA, and everything else. So everyone should go into a dealership with some sort of an idea of what a fair amount is for your car, being reasonable. Now, I will say this car has 4,000 miles on it. It's a 2016, and it is immaculate. I mean, it's 4,000 miles, right? So it still smells new. So you go to Carmax. I actually made an appointment, and I got there and I still wait. And then the guy comes up to me and says, hey, you know, I was trying to get hold of you to let you know that I'm not available at your scheduled time, but I have so-and-so that can work with you. Really, I don't think it matters, because the person that goes out and drives the car and is actually coming up with the numbers is somebody completely different anyway. This is like a salesperson that they sit you down with. They try to get all your information so they can harass you by email or phone calls, and you kind of go from there. So now they barely ask any questions as far as the options on the car. You know, it's like, does it have a sunroof? Does it have power seats? It's like 3 or 4 options. In the meantime, this thing has like 3 or 4 different packages, which are a couple $1,000s each, and you know, some additional options on top of that. But nonetheless, give him the keys. He wastes about 40-45 minutes of my time. They come back and they offer me a whopping $26,000 for the car. It's a $55,000 car. They're offering me 26 with 4,000 miles. I mean, there's no reconditioning that's needed. I mean, the nubs are still on my tires, for God's sakes. So, all right. So now I realize, complete waste of time. The Carmax is the ultimate lowballers that there are out there. You know, they want to give me 26. They'll stick it back on the lot for like 39. It's outrageous, especially when there's no reconditioning needed. So I went to a couple other dealers. A lot of them just wouldn't give me a number. Some of them want to get back to me, this nonsense. I'm still waiting to hear from them a couple days later. But I decided to take it right to BMW, right? Why not? Always try to take your car to a dealer that sells that car. And this, the one I went to, happens to be the dealer I actually bought the car from. Very busy day. It was the Saturday before Easter. But that's okay. You know, take a little bit of my time, give me a fair offer. They came back and they were praising the car, how they couldn't believe it had 4,000 miles. He thought it was a typo. He thought, when he went out to test drive the car, he told me, he thought, well, it must be 40,000. And when he got in it, he's like, oh, damn, it is 4,000. This thing is spotless. And even he said he couldn't praise it enough, that the thing needs no reconditioning whatsoever, that they would probably pre-certify it, pre-owned certified, CPO, which of course they can ask more money for that. And what I didn't realize is the dealer actually has to pay the manufacturer some sort of a price, because what it does is it increases your warranty. All of a sudden, it throws a 100,000 mile warranty on it, I think, among other things. So it's really not a bad idea if you're going to buy a used car, especially like a BMW or a high-end car. Buy one that's a couple years old, that's certified. You get that 100,000 mile warranty. And if you find one like this with 4,000 miles on it, you're essentially buying a brand new car, and the car hasn't changed in the last 2 model years. So anyway, I was there a little longer than I wanted to be, but they came back at $32,500. Quite a bit of difference there between Carmax and the BMW dealership. And I think part of the problem was either the guy appraising my car had no idea what a BMW was, which I find hard to believe at Carmax. They should have some insight into every car. And I'm sure they're using some sort of software, but there is no way in God's green earth he inputted every option that I have. There is just absolutely no way to come up with such a low number. So that's where I'm at. Honestly, I thought that was a fair offer. You know, if I try to sell it on my own, yeah, I could probably make a couple $1,000s more, but I'll tell you, it's not my first BMW. I had a hell of a time trying to sell my last one privately, like using Craigslist, Auto Trader. I think I threw it on eBay. I have thrown this one already on cars.com, like the free listing. It's on eBay, and it's on the local Craigslist. I have not paid to put it on like Auto Trader yet. Now, the one other option that Richmond has, I don't know if it goes beyond Richmond or maybe the Virginia area, is a place called Cars. Car Lots? I think it might be Car Lots. And I think lots is spelled with a Z at the end. Essentially, it's a consignment place. So you go to buy a car, you have more of that dealership feel. You're going in. I don't think they do anything to recondition the car other than detail it. But I don't think they're putting new tires on it. I know they're not putting new tires on it. And I know they're not fixing anything that might be broke. I think what they do is they appraise the car and they tell you the amount that they feel you should try to sell it for. And I think you have to cough up $200 for that initial. I'm not sure if you're paying for the appraisal or just to put it on their lot. Once the car sells, again, you determine the price, not them. So if someone comes in and wants to make an offer, they need to reach out to you, the owner, and confirm or deny that you will accept the amount that's being offered, and then they'll sell the car. And then, like a car dealership, I think they can help people getting their tags and all that stuff squared away. So maybe there's a little bit more peace of mind buying it that way. But honestly, I don't think you're getting anything additional other than some false sense of security, really. But now the $299 or the $199 that they're charging you isn't the end of it. I think that's to put it on the lot. They find a buyer. Once the car sells, I think they take a $600 or $700 type commission. So let's say it's $700 and the $200 up front, so $900. So I would have to be able to sell the car privately, but through Car Lots, for at least $900 more to break even than, say, what the BMW dealership was going to give me. And then anything over and beyond that. So the problem is I don't know what they would assess the car for, and I don't know the process. Maybe we'll swing by there. I'm headed to a car wash right now. But I would like to get the bottom line on that, exactly how that's done. If I can get an appraisal ahead of time, it kind of lets me gauge, like, would this be worth it or not? I mean, if they're coming at me and they're saying, listen, we think you have a good chance of selling this car, and the price point would be $34,000. Well, $34,000. If I subtracted, let's say, rounded off to the $1,000 that I would owe them, and then you're talking about $33,000. So I'm talking about $500 more than what BMW would offer me straight up. Is it even worth it? Is it worth the headache? I don't know if it would sell for $34,000. I might have to come down. If I come down too much more, then I'm kind of in the negative anyway. Now, if I go there and they say, listen, we realistically think we can get you $37,000 for this car, that might be a different story. You subtract the $1,000 from that, you're talking $36,000. Then I'm talking almost $4,000 more than what the dealer would have given. Now, yeah, those are overinflated numbers. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm a realist about it. But maybe we'll go find out. Now, if any of you guys have had any experience with this place, Car Lots, I think it's called, put it in the comments. Let me know. What was the experience like? Have you bought a car from them? Have you sold a car through them? How was it? Did you come out ahead? Did you feel like, it really wasn't worth your time? I'm assuming, like I said, they're going to do some sort of advertising. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they do advertise on Auto Trader. You do see a lot of dealer cars that are on Auto Trader, so that may be something they're doing, and maybe that's part of what the fee that you're paying is going towards. But again, I mean, for $50 or maybe maximum $100 with Auto Trader, I can put it down there until the car sells, and have a nationwide audience for it. I was hoping to have a few bites, at least a few bites from eBay, but I've had none. I've had 4 people watching the car. I got a couple emails, but they felt like scams. They're asking me questions that the answers are clearly written in my eBay ad. So why would you ask me those questions? Like, am I the first owner? Have I had any paint or body repair? It's like the exact same question from 2 separate people, and those answers are right in my ad. I am the first and only owner of the vehicle. It's got 4,000 miles on it. It's had no accidents, no anything. Carfax is there. It's got like a 94 rating or something like that. It's clearly showing that the car is clean all around. So, why you would ask me that question? And then after I answer the question, then you disappear. And then I ask you a question and you don't answer me back. You know, those are those red flags that make you think, right, this is a scam and a complete waste of my time. All right, so actually hang in here for a minute, because as we go by, look at this American flag. I love it. I'm not a Jeep fan, and I am not a Dodge fan. This might be a Jeep dealership. Yeah, it's Jeep and Dodge. But damn, do they have the biggest American flag. That is awesome. Alright, so as we go by up here, we're going to go by this place I'm talking about, and I may swing back by in after I wash the car. Where is it? There it is, Car Lots. So Lots is spelled L-O-T-Z. It's the consignment store for cars. And they have quite a few cars on there. But again, I would love to hear somebody's insight to it, somebody's personal experience, or maybe you know someone that used them, whether they sold a car or bought a car. You know, I'd rather hear about someone selling a car with them, but you know, if you bought a car, yeah, let me know what the experience was like. Was it worth it? Do you feel like you got a good deal? Did you try to make a lower offer than was the asking price, and was there a delay with that? Did the dealership there have to get hold of the owner before they could give you an answer? I'm assuming that's the way it works. If you're going to put an offer in on a car, I think they're going to say, okay, we'll present it to the owner and then we'll get back to you. So, you know, I mean, unless I've left my car that's been there months and I've gone on a vacation, I'm assuming most car owners would get back to the people that you've consigned your car out with in a pretty fast and speedy manner. But I don't know. Again, I've never used them, so I don't know. Alright guys, let me get this car washed real quick. Just a real quick wash. It's not going to be any kind of deep detailing. And then maybe we'll swing by there if they're still open. Alright.